You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
No, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But I did invite you, and you didn't come. So.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, she passed away? Oh. All right.
Y'all, did you see how Ellen burst out crying at the news of her show ending? I mean, all of those scandals of sexual harassment and the Ellen Show being a toxic workplace, we kind of saw it coming, didn't we? And not to forget the legendary Dakota Johnson interview where Dakota absolutely humiliated her. Don't you know about that? Hold up, let me spill the tea. Before we begin into the juicy details of it all, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Hollywood updates. Page 6 was told by sources that Ellen DeGeneres was sad in the 2 weeks before the end of her long-running talk show. Wait till you hear what the sources said about her sobbing. A source told Page 6 that Ellen had been crying a lot. The weeks leading up to the end were full of sadness. A fan made some light of the situation by sharing hilarious clips referencing to the Dakota Johnson drama.
Oh, she passed away? Oh. All right.
Don't know about it? Hold up, I'll tell you in a sec. DeGeneres, age 64, filmed her last episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show on April 28th at the Warner Brothers studio in Burbank, California, which she has called home for almost 20 years. On the first episode, which aired on September 8, 2003, Jennifer Aniston and Pink were both guests. The last show, which will air on May 26th, will have A-list guests. Also, at the last few shows were Billie Eilish, Michelle Obama, Justin Timberlake, and Zac Efron. DeGeneres was sad that her 19-year run was coming to an end, but she didn't want to go out with a bang. Some of her fans had hoped for a red carpet at her last show, but there wasn't one. She wanted to go out quietly, a well-connected TV source told Page 6. The people in the audience were cast and crew members, friends, and family. Go out quietly? Yikes! Dramatic much? Just kidding. We love the fact that she wanted to keep it a low-key event. Here is what a source said. Ellen did it on her own terms, no question. She left things the way she wanted. On the last day, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, said another person who knows DeGeneres. In fact, Aniston started crying as soon as she walked onto the set and hugged DeGeneres. Portia de Rossi, DeGeneres' 49-year-old wife, was on set for the last 2 weeks to cheer her on, as were many of the comedian's friends and her brother, Vance DeGeneres. Okay, here, let's go through the Dakota drama. You're going to love this. A fan on Twitter tried to make fun of it by saying that Dakota ended the show for her. But what was the whole Dakota Johnson drama? So in November 2019, Dakota appeared for a chat on the Ellen DeGeneres Show. However, little did she know that she was about to make it into the talk show history books. What began as your standard interview swiftly took a chaotic turn when Ellen threw some shade at Dakota for not inviting her to her birthday party, which had taken place less than 2 months prior. You turned 30, Ellen began. How was the party? I wasn't invited.
You turned 30.
I did.
And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Without hesitating, Dakota shut down the false claim with her now iconic words. Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. Last time I was on the show last year, you gave me a bunch of shit about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited, the actor went on. I didn't even know you liked me. Visibly startled by the response, Ellen replied, "Of course I like you. I knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show I like you?" But Dakota swiftly doubled down on her stance, adding, "I did invite you, and you didn't come. Ask everybody."
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
But I did invite you and you didn't come. So,
This time you invited me?
yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Before turning to Ellen's producers for backup, they confirmed that the host had indeed been invited to the bash but had chosen not to attend. This one fan said, "Ellen DeGeneres tried to convince us that her show is ending because of a lack of creativity when we know it's Dakota Johnson who ended it." Another fan did some research to call Ellen out. They tweeted, "It will never not be funny to me that Ellen's public downfall started when she lied about not being invited to Dakota Johnson's party, when in reality, she couldn't go because she was at a football game with her good friend George W. Bush." Last May, DeGeneres said she was leaving the show. It happened 10 months after a BuzzFeed news report said that the set was a dangerous place to work. Staffers said they couldn't talk to Ellen directly, and the star was criticized for not caring about the well-being of her employees. One former worker said, "If she wants to have her own show and have her name on the title, she needs to be more involved and see what's going on." The former worker also told the site that they had experienced racism while working on the show, which had won over 60 Emmy Awards since it first aired in 2003. When the news about racism hit, people were mad. This one Twitter user said that the Ellen show was cancelled, but they said it with a meme. Others said that executive producer Ed Glavin, who was called DeGeneres' barking dog by former Ellen DeGeneres show producer Hedda Muscat, touched them in an inappropriate way and led with fear and intimidation. Former staff also said that the executive producer Kevin Lehman and the co-executive producer Jonathan Norman had sexually harassed them. Lehman denied any kind of sexual impropriety, and Norman said he was 100% categorically denying these allegations. Glavin did not answer the accusations. But DeGeneres did talk about those things. A year after the allegations came out on the first episode of season 18, she said, "I learned that things happen here that never should have happened. I really care about that, and I want the people who were hurt to know how sorry I am." Warner Brothers, which made the show, did an internal investigation and fired Glavin, Neiman, and Norman. Nielsen says that from 2020 to 2021 season to the previous one, ratings went down a lot, from 2.6 million to 1.5 million viewers. But the star guests at this year's farewell season have given it a boost. In an interview with Today, co-host Savannah Guthrie confirmed her departure. DeGeneres said she had thought about leaving in 2020 and that she really did think about not coming back because it was devastating. Did she want to leave because of the scandal? Even in September of 2020, she didn't want to go back and film, but she knew she had to finish the show. She loves her team and the show, said someone who works in TV. Another Twitter user was pretty glad the show was about to come to an end because of all the problematic things that had gone on backstage. They tweeted, "DeGeneres, who has had more than 4,000 guests on her show, played more than 2,000 games, and given away almost $500 million to viewers and people in need, had a party in Hollywood to celebrate the end of the show, but no celebrities were there." Insiders say that the small group feel was typical of Ellen. It's powerful to think about all the good things she's done for people over the past 19 years. On her last episode of the Ellen DeGeneres show, DeGeneres said goodbye to the 270 people who worked there, and those who were there says she thanked them. And they praised her as well. Page 6 said that she gave millions of bonuses to her staff. A famous Twitter user was glad that the show had come to an end, considering how horribly she allegedly treated her staff. They said, "Breaking, Ellen DeGeneres to end talk show. I need something new to challenge me." Guess those ratings didn't see a bounce after her staff outed her for terrible treatment. She was asked at any point during this farewell season, "Did you regret your decision to wrap it up?" To which she replied, "No. It's for sure the right time. The world is in a crazy place. Like you said, it's very charged. And you know, I was going to stop 3 years ago, and they talked me into staying a little longer, and I did, and it's fine. There was a lot that happened during that time that was unfortunate, but it is what it is. You go through stuff in life and you just keep learning and growing. That's how I have to look at it. But it's definitely time to stop." And the producers will all stay in touch. Andy Lassner, her executive producer, still texts her at least 3 times a day. Anyway, so it looks like people have some mixed feelings about the Ellen show ending. What about you? Let us know in the comments down below. Do check out some of these other videos we have for you to stay updated. See you soon!